And welcome back to the How to Podcast series, The Daily Dave, and this is Dave. I'm Dave. You're you. Well, there we go. We got that all established. I have my name tag on, so I know you can't see it right now, but it does say Dave right here. Welcome to the show. I did a little search on AI about this very show, and I wanted to share the results with you, what came back as I went to Perplexity.ai. I know you're a ChatGPT person. I know, I see you over there. You and all your fancy videos and images and stuff. I'm a Perplexity.ai guy all day, every day. That's my choice. That's my AI choice, and you can't take it from me. Don't even bother. And so when I go on to like a Google, for example, and I do a search about me and my show, I get links. I get a ton of ads of all this other crap and everybody else that wants to take my audience from me. I get all that stuff on Google. Thanks, Google, for cluttering up search, making it a big waste of time. So then I go over to Perplexity, and this is what I type in. Tell me about the How to Podcast series hosted by Dave Campbell from Canada. That's all I typed into Perplexity. You can do this yourself if you want. I'd love to hear how yours differs from my results. But that's it. Tell me more about the How to Podcast series hosted by Dave Campbell from Canada. That was my search on Perplexity. And here's what Perplexity said about this very show that you're listening to right now. The How to Podcast series hosted by Dave Campbell. Overview. Are you ready? The How to Podcast series hosted by Dave Campbell from Ontario, Canada is a podcast dedicated to helping both aspiring and experienced podcasters launch, grow, and refine their shows. With a strong focus on community, support, practical advice, and step-by-step coaching, this series positions itself as an accessible resource for anyone looking to enter or improve their presence in the world of podcasting. You're not going to get that result from Google. I'm just telling you right now. So my challenge for you is to do a similar search to this about you and your show and see what comes back. It continues about Dave Campbell. Location, St. Catharines, Ontario, near Niagara Falls, Canada. True. Experience, over 6 years of podcasting with 9 active podcasts, correct, including Living the Next Chapter and Dad Space and many, many more. Mission for this show, empowering creators of every background, very important, to find their voice, share their stories, and build vibrant podcasting communities. Check. That's exactly what the intent is of this show. It's so great to see that this is a result of all of the episodes, 500 plus episodes, of all of the meetups, of all of the times me guesting on shows and talking about the How to Podcast series. This is what's coming back to me. And I love this. I think this is so great. Okay, the show format. We talk about format here on the show all the time. Here's the show format for this very podcast. Episode styles. I have solo episodes, co-hosted discussions, mini episodes, and revolving guest co-hosts, often featuring field experts and fellow podcasters. Check. Frequency. Episodes are released frequently, sometimes daily, with over 500 episodes published since inception. Check. Content focus. Actionable podcasting tips. These are my keywords, everybody. These are my keywords. This is what's being found online. Actionable podcasting tips. Other people are going to brag about they're the best for podcasting tips and results. No, you're not. Storytelling and interview techniques. Keywords. Hello, everybody. Audience growth and engagement strategies. Keywords. Technical advice. Keywords. It just keeps going. Keywords. We have monetization, marketing, and branding for podcasters. Keywords. Community building best practices. Keywords. Key features of the How to Podcast series. Community building. Listeners are encouraged to join free meetups. Share their progress and connect for one-on-one help and feedback from Dave. This is making my heart very happy. All right. Inclusivity. Oh, this is really important to me. This was from day one, everybody, for this show. I emphasize on the show a judgment-free approach that means students at any stage making a welcoming space for new podcasters and seasoned creators alike. That's what the whole premise of the show is. I love it. And then listener engagement, regular Q&As, encouragement to participate, and spotlights on listener stories is part of my listener engagement piece. Topics frequently covered on the How to Podcast series. Here we go. Launching your first podcast, avoiding pod fade, and sustaining motivation. Equipment and software recommendations, including free solutions. Podcastforfree.com, hello. Engaging with listeners and building an online community, yes. Navigating branding, positioning, and marketing, yes. Marketing your podcast profitable, making your podcast profitable even as a hobbyist, yes, yes, and yes. Real world stories from the journey of podcasters and creators, yes. Sample, guest, advice, and insights. Start with what you have rather than waiting for perfect conditions. Do what you can with what you have where you are, right? Consistency and audience engagement are more important than perfection. Hello? Podcasting is an evolving journey, and creators should remain open to learning and refining their approach. Yes. Okay, where to listen to the How to Podcast series? The How to Podcast series is available on major platforms, including Apple Podcasts, Audible, and various podcast directories. Notice they didn't mention Spotify. That's funny. Listeners can also connect via the official website, which offers additional resources and ways to engage with the show's community meetup. The How to Podcast series with Dave Campbell is well regarded for its authentic, practical, and welcoming approach to podcast education, empowering anyone, no matter their background, to launch and grow a podcast with confidence. Wow. Okay, so this makes me super happy. Why, Dave? Why does this make you happy? Because you just got to read a bunch of stuff about you? Well, I got to read a lot of stuff about the show and why we're here and why we're doing what we're doing. That's what makes me happy. And what I see in here is keywords galore. I see this showing up as a viable search for somebody looking on how to podcast. People find this show on Apple by typing in how to podcast. People find this show on YouTube by typing in how to podcast. People find this on Spotify, Audible. People find this show on unfindable search platforms like Apple, Spotify, and the like. People are finding the show. And all of this information, and I'll put this whole thing in the notes, copy paste, so you can see what I'm talking about. These are all prime examples of what you want for your show. You want to show up for the intent of your show, why you do your show, who your audience is, how it connects. You want this for your show. So instead of typing in what I did, tell me more about How to Podcast series hosted by Dave Campbell from Canada, I want you to do this for your show. So I want you to type in, tell me more about the whatever podcast, your show, your name, and your location into Perplexity. I'm using the free plan, doesn't cost you anything, and see what comes back. And if you're not happy with the results, then it's time to work on your content, your messaging, your website, your show description, your podcast name. You got to work on this. It takes effort. You don't just build it once and it's all going to do this for you. This is 500 episodes plus creating content to get these results. This didn't happen after 5 episodes, everybody. This takes time. And the best time to build your podcast and be a great result like this is to start now. So take that prompt. Just type in, tell me more about insert name podcast hosted by your name from Canada. You can also do this to your competition and compare what is their result to what is your result. And you might see the gaps, and where you see the gaps, go after the gaps, fill the gaps, and that might be the one thing to bump you even higher than your competition. do this. Tell me more about podcast and insert podcast name, hosted by insert podcast person from location. Where do they live? And see what comes back. I want to hear your results. howtopodcast.ca, SpeakPipe's right there. Tell me, Dave, I did it. I went on Perplexity for free. I didn't pay for it. Use Perplexity for free. I typed in this prompt. Tell me more about podcast name, hosted by podcaster from location. And this is what I saw from my show. I want to celebrate with you. And then if you see gaps and you want to work through the gaps, reach out to me. Let's have a conversation. I'm thrilled by this result. I'm on the right path. There's more work to do. You're here. We're doing this together. And I'm so happy to have you part of the How to Podcast family. If you ever need help, reach out to me anytime. I'd love to help you. Thanks for being here. I'm super thankful for Perplexity for giving me this. I'm going to go run a lap. So this is fun. If you want some fun in your show, search your own show, see what it tells you, and grow from there. Thanks for being here.